So today I wanted to make this little video basically showing off the new 240SX I just made in this game, and obviously Forza Horizon 3. And if you don't know who Adam LZ is, he does YouTube, and I modeled this car basically exactly off of his as best I could in Forza. And almost everything's exactly the same. I even tried to make the camber on the wheels the same, but keep it a drift car because I'm going to do a driftage with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm going to show you guys the tune, and just I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of sneak peek on some clips, but I don't want to give away too much for the driftage that I want to post with this car because I really like it. And the only thing that's not accurate is in his car he has a 2JZ, just I think single turbo, and I put a 3.6 liter twin turbo just because I haven't done that to any drift car yet, and I just wanted a little bit more power. So other than that, it's actually pretty accurate, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll jump right into the tune here. Alright, so here's the tune part of it. I'll try to explain why things are a certain way, and I've pretty much tried everything, so I think my opinion is pretty valid at this point because I really have tried a wide variety of settings, and I think I finally narrowed it down to the best settings for just like a basic drift tune, but then I obviously fine tune it as I drift it. And this car still needs a little bit more fine tuning. I still have mostly a starter tune that I like to use on it, but there are some things that I've gotten down to tuning. But let's jump into this, and I'll explain why I have what I have where. I used to start out with a low tire pressure in the front and a high one in the rear in Forza Horizon 2. I just felt like it felt better, I guess. But in this game, I feel like warming up your rear tires with a lower tire pressure definitely helps you out. And keeping the fronts with a little bit more air in them and warming them up slower seems to help with just sticking, like holding yourself where you want to and still being able to move. Like, because especially whenever you have like drivatars or random cars coming at you, you can still like get yourself where you need to be on the road. Gearing, I basically just try to run smooth short ratios. So as you can see, like down in the bottom right, that graph, I just try to get it so every gear except for 6th gear is like on the halfway. So for this car, 125 miles per hour, and everything's just like, it's all very consistent and smooth, so whenever you do shift it, you don't get any engine lag or like weird like skips, and very smooth, so your power to your wheels is always consistent, and you don't have any you never get like stuck or a random power surge or drop in power. One way or the other is bad, and I've done it both ways. So camber, I'm still kind of working on, but I put it at the extreme -5 just to try it out. And the rear, I think I had it -2, and I put down the -1 just to see. I mean, I'm just playing around right now. And then for the toe, I had 2.5 and -2.5, and I just bumped it up to 3. I'm just looking at that. And front caster, I used to move either all the way to the low or to the high, but I found like 5 is probably just the best, 5 degrees. The roll bars and springs, I decided just putting your front as stiff as you can and rear as soft as you can. It's the best way to get an early, like, to do a basic tune or to start it out, but like really you can move them however you feel. But I would say, like, for this, keep it with your front at like 55 to 65 and your rear to 1 to 15. Like, it works the best. I might like soften that front and stiffen the rear, but right now it's fine. I keep the springs the same way, like I said, and just try to keep it within like however much without pushing it too far. Like, I would never go past a quarter of that line or something. So, and the ride height, some people keep it like right above the lowest setting, just so you don't bottom out, but I don't really care because I can usually control it even if I do bottom out. And also I just like to drop it as low as I can just because I like the way it looks. Damping, I keep the rebound stiffness and bump stiffness the same as the springs and anti-roll bars to keep it consistent. And cornering for aero, which most people probably do anyways. Braking force for the balance, I have it 90%. I cannot think of why. It goes to 100. Okay, that's what I thought. I can't think of why exactly. I think that's just so, I'm not sure actually. I'd have to read through there real quick, but 90% seems to work the best. I think it either starts at 50 or 100, but I like 90. I know I read through, I just can't think of the reason why I have it there at the moment. And pressure, I have it 150, so like that's just for drifting, so you can slide, because I don't want to lock up all the brakes and not be able to keep power going through to my wheels. And for the two-way diff, you have to buy a two-way diff so you can adjust the acceleration and decel. And 95%, 75%, because basically, again, this works in conjunction with the pressure just to keep power going through the wheels. And also for your gears to keep power as well. So if you have everything correct, if you have your diff set with your braking force and your gearing done correctly, they should all work together and keep power through your wheels, and you should never lock up or anything weird. You should just most of the time be able to keep control of your car, but everything has to be correct. And if you're doing a drift car, it all needs to be set for a drift set. Like you can't have like, I mean, I guess you could do a hybrid, but you're not going to get as long and consistent drifts as you probably want if that's what you're going for. Also, I might be making a video on toe soon because I think it's one of the most underrated but important things in Forza that you can adjust that can really change how you drift. But I'll leave that for another video, and let's jump into what you guys really want to see now, which is probably the drifts.